Okay, let's confront Malleolus about this. Let's see if there's additional dialogue to be had. Where is he? Where is he? There he is.
Still here? You again?
Oh yeah, the eye
What is
things
it
are...
now?
He has one blue eye and one green eye, so definitely he's... And his surprised expression just about confirms it.
My name is Marcus Malleolus Gurgis. You seem to have confused me with someone else.
You have one green eye and one blue eye, just like the description in this execution order from Emperor Nero.
You mean my heterochromia? I am guilty of nothing more than having different colored eyes. And I'm hardly the only person with the condition. Alexander the Great had it too, as it happens. I like to think it is simply the way the gods have chosen to mark a natural-born ruler. Nothing more.
Uh-huh. Apparently Quinctius also suffers from delusions of grandeur.
Well, I am not suffering from any delusions, as today's election will firmly establish.
Not if I have something to do with it.
Unlikely, because it simply isn't true. Now, was there something else you wanted?
I want you to withdraw from the election.
Are you insane? You barge into my villa uninvited and then make outrageous demands? Why would I withdraw from an election I'm bound to win?
Yeah, I'm not gonna threaten him. I don't know, I thought there was gonna be another dialogue option. Never mind.
You are acting very strangely. I trust you can see yourself out. Through the door this time. There's a key just beside it.
Yeah. You're very trusting, that's all I can say. You just gave a random stranger the keys to your house. Let's see if his wife has added dialogue options. You, who is Quinctius?
Why are you still here?
How would you like some help getting back at Malleolus?
An intriguing proposition. Go on.
I don't think Malleolus is who he says he is.
Perhaps you're not as silly as those clothes make you look.
What is with these people
What
in my
makes you say
clothes?
that?
Just a hunch. I was hoping we could figure out his true identity
I
together.
may have the very thing you're looking for. Some time ago, when he still cared for me, he wrote me a love letter. Only, he used the wrong name. Now, addressing one's wife by the wrong name is not unheard of among philandering Romans. But in this case, the name he got wrong was his own. I confronted him about it, and he stammered through some incoherent response. I let it go, eventually, and yet questions have lingered in the back of my mind ever since. But wait a minute. Why exactly are you helping me?
I want to force him to withdraw from the election. No! If I tell her, she's gonna back out from my proposition. Oh, I just hate to see such a beautiful woman treated so poorly.
Oh, aren't you charming? I'm quite sure my husband would seethe with impotent rage if he overheard you say that. I love it. It seems our interests are aligned. I imagine knowing his true identity will give me the leverage I need to manage him appropriately. But first, I need you to do something for me.
Of course you do. What do you
I
want?
want you to bring me some wine. Just one small urn should do it. Oh, don't look at me like that. I know this must be hard for you to wrap your sweet little pleb head around. So what do you need me to spell out?
I mean, don't you guys have wine here already? Why can't you get it yourself?
You mean Aside from the fact that I'm locked in this room, and Domitius is right outside the villa, because there's barely any left in the city. In fact, there's only one small urn, as far as I'm aware. And getting it won't be easy.
Why do you want wine?
Let me tell you something about Malleolus. He talks a lot about freedom, but what he doesn't tell you is that he means freedom for men. After all I've done for him, counseling him through his entire election campaign, and he had the audacity to lock me in here. He said it was for my own good, and that my drinking was unbecoming of a lady, let alone the wife of a magistrate. I'll show him unbecoming. Tonight, at his victory party, I'm going to get good and merry, and if he tries to discipline me again, I'll threaten to expose his true identity in front of everyone. I am so looking forward to it.
Except he is not going to win. I'm going to make sure he doesn't win.
So you'll help me? Excellent. Now, you'll need to pay a visit to that strumpet Aurelia in her tavern. I expect you'll have to flatter her a bit. If that doesn't work, you might be able to get some advice from Julia, who's probably still at the shrine of Apollo. I heard they used to be close. They both appreciate the poetry of Sappho of Lesbos, if you get my meaning.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Alright. Me sabotaging politicians and their marriages. Such fun. I'm pretty sure this doesn't break the golden rule in any way.
Keep walking.
What's your problem, Domitius? Speaking of people who keep making fun of my clothes, I forgot I need to give something to Cynthia first. Well, let's update her on what we found out so far with Scintilla.
Oh, I wish Horatius would stop letting barbarians in here.
Again, I'm not
What do you
barbarian!
want?
Can we talk about Scintilla?
Oh,
Stop calling me a
you
barbarian.
Heard about her disappearance, I take it.
I found a letter in her room which mentioned her plan to escape.
What? Really? I swear, I searched her room top to bottom and never saw that. I wonder how I could have missed it.
You didn't look hard
Strange,
enough.
But well done, I suppose. But it's odd. It was only a few months ago that Scintilla's friend Julia let slip she was planning an escape of her own. And yet, Julia's still here. You should go and speak with her. Find out if she knows anything. She lives in the villa next door.
Wait, I'm not yet done.
Oh, look, you're back. How lucky for me.
Yeah,
What is it now?
lucky you.
Oh, you...
I know who she was seeing. It was
Oh,
Ulpius.
really? That commoner in debt bondage next door thought he could win over a magistrate's daughter. That's awfully bold of him.
Oh, you jealous,
I can
aren't
see
you?
why she worked so hard to keep it a secret.
You
Quick,
jealous,
go and find
aren't
him and
you?
ask him what he knows.
That's gonna be a problem. I don't think he's responsible.
Oh, I see. Well, it was worth a try, I suppose. Just promise me you won't give up on her.
Alright, I promise.
Thank you.
I don't think I've talked to this guy yet.
What is it, citizen?
What's your story?
I'm a legionary of the 1st Italica, but there's not a lot of fighting down here. So the magistrate has assigned me other duties. I act as the magistrate's right-hand man, keeping an eye on his daughter, I should say, and the others, and making sure they're all behaving. I also keep a register of new arrivals.
How did you end up here?
I'm from Liguria, up north originally. I was doing alright for myself. 12 years into my service. Had a nice girl lined up for when it was all over. Not anymore. She's probably figured I'm long gone and moved on by now. I try not to think about it. My commander sent me to deliver a message to Rome. While I was there, I thought I'd do something nice for my girl and pick up a little pendant from a silversmith. That's when the crowd started flooding through the streets, shouting fire. People screaming, trampling each other. Then some Genetricum fugitor tried to take advantage of the chaos and pinch my pendant. I remember chasing him through the crowds, down towards the river. And then, nothing. Blacked out and woke up near here. No idea how I ended up floating so far downriver. But I'm fortunate to be alive, I suppose.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Ah, don't be. As Seneca the Younger said, difficulty strengthens the mind, as labor does the body. That said, Sentilla's disappearance has been more difficult than I'd care to admit.
What can you tell me about the magistrate?
He's one of the better commanders I've ever had, that's for sure. Good stoic. Lives by Seneca's words. Treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Can't ask for much more than that.
Do you know a way out of here?
I went around asking the same questions when I first arrived. Never did find a way out. But I learned how to accept my situation. To bear trials with a calm mind robs misfortune of its strength and burden. That's from Seneca the Younger, if you're interested.
Can I see the citizen register?
I don't see why not. Just make sure I get it back by tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow indeed. Okay, cool. So this is just a list of every resident in the city and their location and jobs. Okay, cool. Sure, I'll give it back to you. Tomorrow.
Not sure why you said it like that, but whatever.
What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Well, as I always say, it's kind of like a divine version of the practice of decimation in the Legion. By threatening to execute 1 in 10 men, the idea is to ensure order and discipline among everyone. And it works. If you knew you could be executed because your brother-in-arms is planning a mutiny, well, you'd bloody well watch him like hundred-eyed Argus, wouldn't you? Because your only chance of saving yourself is to stop bad things before they happen. Makes us all responsible for keeping each other in check. It's brutal, of course, but effective. The Legion wouldn't be the most formidable force in the world without it.
Seems like he's in favor of it.
What's done is done. I was forced to execute my brothers-in-arms, and those memories will always visit me in my sleep. But life is harsh, and I've come to accept my lot. As with the Golden Rule, I don't have any control over it, so railing against it would be like trying to stop the seasons or the tides. As Seneca the Younger wrote, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future, not to amuse ourselves with either hopes or fears, but to rest satisfied with what we have, which is sufficient. For he that is so...
That's a really good quote right there. Where I'm from, that would be considered collective punishment, which is a war crime.
Isn't that a contradiction in terms? As Cicero said, in times of war the law falls silent.
Our worlds are very different.
Seems that way. War crimes. Ridiculous.
Let's talk about something else.
If you like.
Who are you going to vote for? Well, it's obviously Sentius.
Not that it's any of your business. But my loyalty is and always will be with Sentius.
Still a better option than Malleolus.
I don't think my vote is going to make any difference today. See, Domitius has been going around town, shoring up votes for Malleolus with lies, bribery and intimidation. The man's a savage. But he's a gladiator, so people fear and respect him more than they should.
Have you seen his push-ups? It's crap.
But he doesn't have the same rat cunning as Malleolus. This place will be different with that sleaze at the helm. But I try not to worry about things I can't change.
Can I help? Because if he wins...
But you're new here, and I just can't see how you could make an impact in the time between now and the election this afternoon.
Oh, you have no
In any
idea.
case, if you're interested in the election, go and have a chat with Equitia, the Vestal Priestess. She'll be overseeing proceedings.
Can we talk about Scintilla?
What business is that of yours?
I'm looking for
A lot
her.
of people have been looking for her. But it's been 3 weeks, and we've found nothing. What makes you think you can do better?
I have the internet. Sometimes fresh eyes help.
I suppose that's true.
Did you notice anything suspicious before she went missing? I know what you did to her. No, I'm not gonna accuse him. That would be a bad idea, even if he was the one who did it.
Scintilla was always a kind, well-behaved young woman. I admit, her disappearance really caught me off guard. If anyone knows something, I'd expect it to be Sentia, Malleolus, Claudia, or Domitius. But none of them will tell me anything. You might fare better though, I suppose.
Right. Let's talk about something else.
Fine. Alright,
Right.
please keep an eye out for anything that might lead us to Scintilla.
Okay, cool. Okay. So let's go to Yulia. Yeah, there it is again.
Are they?
Everyone seemingly went to the river, from Decius to Lucretia and now Horatius. They all went to the river and then they seemingly woke up here. Woke up in the riverbed and then here in this city. It can't be just a coincidence. Yeah, if there's a way we can save Scintilla, we can find Scintilla, then maybe we could ask for her help in stopping Ulpius from jumping off the cliff. First, let's ask Yulia. Maybe she knows where Scintilla is.
Oh, it's you again.
Yeah, it's me again.
Is everything all right?
Do you know anything about Scintilla's disappearance?
No. I did hear from Ulpius that she disappeared. It's very sad. She was such a lovely young woman. But I'd been locked in Malleolus's villa for months before she went missing, so I can't help you, I'm afraid.
Fair enough. What's your story?
You mean my life story? Oh, well, I grew up as part of a big family in Rome. Me and 3 older sisters. Our father found good husbands for my sisters, but I wasn't cut out for that kind of life. So he found me a job as a scribe for a prominent merchant. It was a good life for a while, until 7 months ago when the fires came. My colleagues and I worked desperately to try to protect our warehouse. We must have had 100 workers passing buckets of water, chanting prayers to Vulcan, but they fell on deaf ears. The fire was relentless and it claimed everything and everyone. Well, almost everyone. My employer told me to grab what valuables I could and flee for the Tiber with the crowds. I remember diving into the river.
There we go
and
again
then,
with the river.
The next thing I knew, I was waking up on the riverbank not far
See,
from here.
this is not a coincidence. I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. But to be honest, sometimes I think dying in that fire might have been a blessing, given what's happened since.
What do you think about the Golden Duel?
Our priestess, Equitia, once told me it's the god's way of creating a city without sin. But if that's the case, then whichever god is responsible for it didn't think it through. I mean, all it really does is make bad people better at hiding their sins, and good people too frightened to stand up for themselves. I've seen Malleolus, Claudia, and Domitius make grown men cry. Romans. They don't cry easily. They've never physically hurt anyone. But the point is, they don't have to. They've got people running scared because everyone knows Malleolus is the favorite
He
to
is not
win
going
today's
to
election.
win. Mark my words. Yeah, I'm working on that.
Really? Then I hope fortune smiles on you, friend.
Okay. Thank you again,
All right.
Julia.
Thank you again for saving my life.
Okay, a lot of clues. I'm guessing we need to talk to the priestess, Equitia. Where is she? Oh!
You there?
What do you want,
I'm
Theseus?
sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban. But I'm impressed.
I don't care if you're
And before
impressed.
you ask,
You
no,
suck.
I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts.
Oh, I don't trust you, but go on.
Tell me,
I'm
do you have any idea
curious.
how people here end up as golden statues?
The statues come to life and fire golden bows arrows at them. Fire golden arrows at them.
And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. In any case, supposedly one or two of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, I could create
There he is
infinite
again.
wealth.
His
Use your
schemes.
imagination. Golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested?
I don't trust you. I think the golden goose is meant to be a cautionary tale.
Look, I might have skimmed over that one, but don't be so pedantic. Are you interested or not?
I don't trust you. Just look at that face. Does it look trustable? But yes, it is grossly unethical. But I'm fucking curious.
Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana?
Not really.
No problem. Allow me to explain. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand?
Let me guess. A golden bow.
Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what.
And you want me to steal it?
Oh, gods no! If you tried that, we'll be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose.
Don't
You
you
give
just
your bow
love
to me,
springtime?
I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now,
Just
you
turning
must have
off the
questions.
lights
Ask away.
and switching stuff. I don't know, turning off the lights isn't going to stop the golden rule from murdering us all. Why can't you do it yourself?
I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence in you.
That's extremely dangerous.
When Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind, do you think he was worried about the danger?
Prometheus was also punished for eternity, if I recall correctly.
Only because he was silly enough to get caught. So, are you in, partner?
Fine.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment.
Again, I do not trust
And
you,
here we are.
but
a
I am
gold
fucking
leaf bow.
curious. Well, to be fair, he did a pretty good job.
Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
Huh. Think you're so clever, huh? Watches through whose eyes? Okay. What the hell? Why is it locked? Oh, why is there a hornet's nest here? Did these just lock us in here? Come on. Can't seem to get it. Come on. There we go. Yeah, let's get out of here. Okay, just open the door.
Is that
The
you,
hell?
partner? Do you have the bow?
Yes, I do. Open the
Wonderful.
door.
Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you.
Oh, you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
A little bit slow, aren't you? Yes, I locked you in, and until you give me my bow, you're gonna stay in there, like Tantalus in Tartarus.
How is this not against the golden rule? You said you'd split the riches between the two of us. And it is my fault that I trusted him. It is all my fault. It's all on
No,
me.
technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. How can I trust you after you've double-crossed me like this?
You're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow.
No, I am not gonna give
now.
it to him.
And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognise my own handiwork.
No chance in hell I'm giving it to you.
I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were right, shall
Oh,
we?
I'm going to get you for this. Okay, guys. Ending the episode here. How am I going to get the hell out of here? Well, guys, sorry if it's a bit of a cliffhanger, but I'll see you guys next week for episode 5. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and have a nice day.